And in today's live stream, we're going to be stressing on the topic of how to become a successful person as a youth. Okay. Um, in this life, I have seen many challenges that youthful persons actually faces when it comes to doing or building yourself financially as a youth. And I will stress on the first topic of opportunities because, like, it's the first step to actually getting yourself together as a youth to start having a lot of incomes in life. And also, it can be from multiple sources of incomes. So I've had some fair chances of um, getting into those stuff when it comes to finding what should work for you as a youthful person. Okay, so if you're just even into the channel and you just seeing the content here, or you have meeting my channels and other contents, different niches, and you have subscribed, you may also want to subscribe to this channel also. Okay, so in today's video, as I said, we're going to be speaking on the challenges that youth face when it comes to becoming a successful youth person in today's life. So as I said, I'm going to start with the first topic of opportunities. Alright, so I will start by saying YouTube should be the number one opportunity for any young person that would love to start a YouTube channel and be successful. Okay, the difference, however, is YouTube is, I can say, a game changing place that you can start a business for at least no startup costs. Exactly. So all that you need is a phone. You need some light if your phone doesn't have enough camera, um, megapixels. Then you may want to get some lights to help show your face more, as it should be. So YouTube, however, is a very great way to start a business, but I would say it's not a way to start getting an easy income as quick as you may think. Okay, so the best benefit I can say for YouTube, before we have known, for persons who have done the researches, have known that YouTube has turned the monetization policies from 1,000 subs to 500 subs, 3,000 public hours watch views, and also 3 real public shot views in the last 90 days. So, and also a drop down of 500 subscribers requirement to start earning from memberships and live perks and all of these things. So I would say that if as a young person that you're looking to get into a successful business, you doesn't have any money to start, you doesn't have any source of income to start a business that's going to take labor or work, but you can become a content creator. Okay, yes, the world is changing rapidly with all the different science devices and so forth, and persons are changing their works regularly when it comes to becoming a successful person. But as a successful youth person, as I said, the first thing that you want to start taking opportunities on is a YouTube channel. I will stress the YouTube channel because, as I said, it's a free startup cost. There is no money required. Also, there are persons with good ability to do things. You can make things. You may be a good crafts person. You can do crafts. You may be a good person that can sing. You can do stuffs with your hands. You're creative. You can draw. You can do art. You can do stuff. And I would recommend that most of the young persons should actually start a YouTube channel because it's going to be like a help for you. It's going to also be a motivation for someone else in the future who would want to start a business or looking for a career. Okay, most of the times persons say that youths listen to youths, youths are inspired by youths, and this is possibility correct. But the whole point of it, I would say, is as a youth person, you should first of all know your goals. Okay, you should be planning your goals. You should know what you want for your life. You should know what amount of years that you can put together what you want to do with your life, and what amount of time you want to give yourself to accomplish those goals that you have put together. So it's something again that most persons will see as a ride and buy, but the whole reason why young persons are not successful in today's life is because they don't grab the opportunities that has been placed out there to them. Okay, so if I can give some examples of opportunities that persons may be able to utilize and start generating a little income from, then it's gonna take you a long way. So it's not a day-to-day process where you can make some money. So maybe I should differentiate the both sides. Okay. So the sides for making money right now, they both has their ups and downs. Okay. So if you has a TikTok account and you already has at least 1,000 followers on your TikTok, then you can monetize your live streams. This is one way of taking advantage of making some income as a young person. You may have a talent, you may have something that you can do very well. You can cook, you can be a chef, whatever your jobs may be. You have a channel there sitting with 1,000 followers on TikTok and you're not utilizing those stuff, then I will say you're wasting time as a young person. Okay? You want to be a content creator rather than someone that's going to be scrolling, watching other person's video, giving them that revenue, and you're staying broke for the rest of your life. So youths don't do researches that can enhance themselves, that can edify themselves. And the good thing about doing a TikTok is that you're your own boss. No one has to say whether you work or where you work or how should you work or what amount of hours will you work. If you do got a job already that you're already doing, that you can do for yourself, then hence for the reason you can do your TikTok lives at night. If you're working a half day job or a shift job, you can schedule yourself when you want to do TikTok lives. Okay, so this also can bring in a small income for you as a youth person. So young persons, if you've head into this live and you've listened to my upliftment for young persons, and you have right now a channel, I'm sorry, a profile on TikTok that has at least 1,000 followers, and you're just there, you know that you has the live streams access available, and you decide not to open those stuff, then it's your the ball is in your court. Okay, so if you want to build the courage, you may not want to do showing your face. You can do faceless niches. Um, you can do things like showing movies, showing videos of making crafts, showing satisfying videos that person's gonna love. You can do those stuff. You don't have to necessarily put your face there if you are not comfortable. So you make the life comfortable for you when you're already in the criteria to make something happen. So you can say TikTok, uh, um, TikTok on YouTube before the YouTube before monetization requirements will be 1,000 followers, just as YouTube 1,000 subscribers with TikTok 1,000 followers. So YouTube has actually broke that down to at least 500 subs when TikTok still remains at 1,000 followers. Because, but I do know of persons that monetize their TikTok with at least 500 followers. Because when I started getting into the live stream of TikTok, I didn't start it with 1,000 followers. Um, I've started with at least I think under 500 when they were just trying off the TikTok live stuff. I was lucky to get my channel, sorry, my profile into there, and it was pretty good. Like I have gotten the chance to do the live feature and go lives and receive the gifts and turn them into cash. So it's a good source of income if you has the power to do it, if you has what it takes to do those stuff. It's going to be something good for you. Um, don't give up on whatever you're doing. Just everything takes time. Great things takes time. So you have to remember that as a youthful person and also set goals and accomplish that. So I would say like YouTube is a good place to start a business, but the mistake of YouTube, why I've tried to interview a lot of young persons when it comes to starting a YouTube channel, they're gonna say that YouTube is not for them. The whole reason is not that YouTube is not for them. The whole reason is because they want to have a business that's gonna make $2 million in the end of 1 month. And to be size, when they have just started, they would want to like make a ton of money from YouTube as they just start. And it don't work like that. And I believe that's the whole mistake of young persons because they want to get the financial stability at an early age and very quickly without putting in the extra work. What I can see most likely for YouTube, I can say YouTube is more like a journey place where you take your time and build yourself and become a good content creator in the future that's going to inspire someone else. But most young persons, they see it as like they should be making the money in a month time. Um, they should be having at least 500 subscribers in less than no time. So they want to go through the whole process and they don't want to have to feel any sort of pain or learning experience on it. What I can say is that I have seen YouTube as a journey way of building yourself for a future basis. This account that I'm on here, I think I have over at least 5 years to build a following base of 500 subscribers. So this was my main channel, it's my first channel. And the reason why that took so long is because I haven't um, had myself published all day on YouTube and persons didn't know what I was doing. So I was competing with the bigger channels, trying to make my way up, creating a lot of videos, putting my presence all day as most often as possible. Even if no one is watching the videos, but you continue posting your videos and you're letting persons know that you're on YouTube, you're doing something here as a content creator, you're looking to make a difference. But in the world today, most young persons doesn't want to go to the journey of building a solid channel. So young persons may want to have just a channel. They just want to get a channel from, like inheritance a channel with over 5 million subs, and they're gonna feel happy about it, knowing that they're on YouTube. But the whole point of this is what I can say. It's a journey in YouTube. Any other platform of affiliate marketing, you want to do Twitter, you want to do Facebook, content creation, um, all the other platforms that pays. It's a journey. You're gonna have to start as just a creator, then you're gonna have to move up to a rising creator, then you have to move up to being famous. So most persons may want to be famous, but they don't want to go through the journey that's gonna actually make them be famous. And the famous part of for most persons, they're taking it so hard that they want to be super excited rich. And young persons are failing to see that the more of life that you've been tested, failed, and have tried and have gotten through is the better for you. So with YouTube, most of the young persons are not likely to start a YouTube channel because they find that they're not going to make that money in the time that they need to make it. And also, if they want to make that money, then they want to make the money right now. So what I can say is, for young persons, there are a lot of opportunities out there for young persons, and I have been stressing on this quite lately, where I can say that there is other persons in other divisions who have not gotten the access to content creation and all of that. Also, the persons before in the 1999s, they didn't have that opportunity where you can create content and bring your idea to the world to help someone else and get paid for it. Um, in this life, persons may see that you have a YouTube channel or you're doing content creation, and they may say that you just wasting your life not doing anything. And what I can say for that reason, I do smile when I hear those things, because like when you don't educate yourself on certain things, then you sound foolish in the sight of the persons that knows the benefit of what they're doing. So many persons are gonna say that on YouTube they see YouTube as a place where you just make free money, and that is not true. A lot of persons think that. Even on TikTok, most persons see content creators on TikTok and think that you're just making free money, and it's not true. Young persons who knows the ability of YouTube are not even starting a YouTube channel because they know that YouTube requires a lot of work. YouTube is not an easy place where you just come and make a ton of money in a month time. Um, when you're looking for your subscription basis and you're asking persons to subscribe, most persons are going to say that they're not going to subscribe because most of them, one, they don't have the knowledge of what YouTube can do for the content creator, and also if the content creator have big gratitude to you for subscribing, they don't have no knowledge of that. Two, some persons may know the benefit of YouTube and they have seen themselves underestimating by not wanting to start a YouTube channel. So to them, they will not want to support anyone that's doing a YouTube channel. So that could be the two reasons. But as a content creator, it's something that you're gonna get every day. Person's gonna keep saying that you're not doing anything and you're collecting money and you're on YouTube, and they think it's unfair, but they haven't known the whole aspect behind YouTube and how it works. You has a certain criteria to meet. You has um, the task to complete before you can be monetized, and basically you can be creating, also reaching the requirements and still not being able to monetize. So content creation is not that easy as persons think. Finding a job and getting up 8 to 4 is actually easy because you're working, right? But content creation, there's a lot of channels out there that is making similar contents to you, and you have to be different to them in every content that you want to create. And this should be showing most of the persons that you, or your subscribers, or the persons that you want to be new subscribers to your channel, see light beneficial into your content. So I could say like for in Grenada, um, many persons may have known my content by now because I have shared it a lot on my Facebook. I used to be a lot on Facebook, but now my Facebook is down. But it's not going to take me long if I want to start back another Facebook because I already made myself out there. And that's why I'm saying the same thing for YouTube right now. Because with YouTube right now, I have done my first content creation and I can see where it's taking me. Even all the years that I've been building this first channel, Daryl David Vlogs, it has been quite some hectic movements, but I have gotten through with it so far. And now I'm starting another two channels and they are moving faster than I actually had started the first ones. So it's all about starting somewhere, building something, putting your life in the position of coming out from your comfort zone and putting your place where you can start to earn something from the ability that you have and the knowledge or whatever that you have that you can give to the world. Okay, so YouTube again from content creation is a place where persons share their ability, their knowledge, their skills, and actually get an income for it. And how YouTube works, the income that you're going to be making from YouTube is going to be shared between you and YouTube. So you're going to be working like a commission base where you work, you put out the work, and YouTube take a part of your work and actually put it together and take a percentage of what you're earning from YouTube and give you back a percentage. The same thing that TikTok does. So young persons are not seeing those, um, should I say, opportunities that can help them bring out enough, I can say, make them more even stronger. Because as I said, there is many things that you can do. You can work an 8 to 1 job if you're in the Caribbean, because that's how it works. Overseas, you work by the hour. So you can do your job. You can also become a content creator by doing something that you love. There may be a lot of things that persons love doing, or you can do very good. That like persons gonna give you the props that bro, you can do that good. Like that's your field. And most persons are gonna just like leave it out there because they are not wanting to put themselves out when it comes to content creation. And young persons who has the access, who has the know-how, who has the education of those stuff, they're like trash it away. They rather they do something else with their life, and they rather they waste their time in life. So as a young person, they want to be successful. How the rich get rich every day is because they take all the opportunities that has been given to them. And I've been seeing that many times, even in my island state of Grenada. The rich persons who has the money that can afford stuff, they move aside and take opportunities from the government. And this is how they continue growing and becoming rich and richer every day. While the younger persons who the opportunities was been given to, they don't put themselves out. So hence for the reason they cannot see themselves growing and they intend to feel or think to have a field life. So if you're young, you has the potential. Um, I wouldn't recommend as a newbie that you start content creation and look for an earning. Okay, if you're just starting a channel, you haven't been on YouTube. I'm not saying that you're not gonna make a monetization in 2 months' time. It can happen right now because YouTube have made it easier, a little bit easier for persons. So you can make a little bit of you can make that happen. But still, what I can say is, if you want to make that happen in a month time, then you have to really sit and think of some creative way of making a content, and that content's gonna go viral, and just like that, you can monetize under a month or 2 months. So, but how YouTube is designed, it's hardly that you can actually start a channel from scratch and become viral as quick as possible. So, young persons who are out there, um, you're searching for a job, or you're home still, you're just came from school, you're home, you're just there, you're looking for application, or like to get a job and all of that, and it's kind of difficult for you. While in the process of getting a job, you can start a YouTube channel. Sometimes it breaks off for you and go big, and you become your own boss. You start multiple channels, you make multiple monies. And the good thing about YouTube, I can say also, is like it's so open out there that you can start at least a few channels well enough to help yourself. And as long as your channels are getting peaks and persons are getting into your channel, they're loving the content that they're seeing, then hopefully you can start other channels and build other channels continuously and make money. The music industry is for persons, they do multiple channels, they sell the instrumentals in one direction, they post their content in one direction, and also they may have their personal channel to go lives in one direction. So it's free to start, and I guess as much if YouTube or content creation, the percentage is been rising for content creation, I believe sooner or later YouTube's gonna think about um, having a registration fee for when it comes to starting a YouTube channel. I'm not sure if that's gonna be the process later in life, but I guess as much it can come to that because content creation is good, but still it may take a very long time to come to that process because YouTube, on the other hand, is taking a commission from whatever you're creating. So it may be something later down, and there may be a law for that. So it may not be something that happening right now. But the reason why I bring up the concern is that to let young persons know that you can start your channel right now, have it there, make the start, because by the end of the day, it will be your benefit. It's going to be your stuff. It's not going to be other person's stuff. No one else is going to be reaping the benefit that you want to reap. So the benefit that is for you is going to be yours. The work that you put in, the um, results that you're going to be inheriting is going to be your results. It doesn't belong to anyone else. So for young persons also, focus on what you want in life. Don't let anyone discourage you. What I say is that anytime persons are discouraging you in the things that you see that's going to make you big in life, I am saying to the person is that they have seen that you're going to be something or someone great, and they doesn't want you to be someone great. So they're going to try to bring you down so that you can stay down. So if you know that whatsoever you do is a great ending process for you, people will talk. You don't have control of other person's mind. No one can tell persons how to behave. It's their choice. But the ending of the day, whatsoever they are saying about you negatively or positively, that doesn't change the fact of what you're doing and the benefit you're about to receive. That cannot change or that cannot stop what you're about to inherit. So do what you have to do. People will talk. You wouldn't be the first content creator to have persons telling you that you're not X or you're not Y or you're not Z or you're not, you know, feet out for the job or you're not, you know, they are not the ones to say who you become or who you doesn't become. Okay? So that is all in your code. That ball is in your code. If you want to allow what they say to take the rest of your life and you give up on your dreams, then when you're suffering later in life, it's going to be your fault. So keep focused to all the young persons. Um, don't give in to any situation. When you're going for something, go hard for it. Do not give up. Continue striving for whatever you want. It's a greater excellency, and see your building yourself successfully as a journey and not just something you want to wake up to. See it every day as a learning process. The things that you have been through, the things that you want to like continue moving on, the things that you've been seeing working out into your life, but it has some point that it was actually difficult. There were some points that you had some bumpy roads. There were some points that you had some smooth roads and you was loving them. So don't see it as just wanting to reach the destiny and just wanting to reach the destiny, but find love in the contents that you're making. Find love in the things that you're doing so you can do it to the best of your ability. And the more you do them, the better you're going to see that you're going to become. And the more you do it in better becoming, then it's going to be something very great as you continue moving on. So I'm gonna end up my streams now, so you can check me up to my another YouTube channel, Grenada Lifestyle, and I'm gonna be also pumping up some of my persons over there also when it comes to building themselves in this life. So see you in my next live stream. It can be later on, and stay tuned.
I just